Hi everyone, I am making this one last video, which will actually be a fifth video for tomorrow, for Friday. And I'm doing that because in my second class I did not get all the way through the lesson. So I want to go over the Check It Out problems on page 429. And I'm going to see if this will work to hold the phone this way. All right, so we're looking at Check It Out, again, 429, page 429, and this is under example 2, and this is Check It Out 2. And the problem tells us that, I'm going to show you the kite off to the right and read you the problem, and you can tell that I've done a lot of labeling in the kite already. But it says, in kite PQRS, PQR is equal to 78 degrees, and TRS is equal to 59 degrees. And then they want you to find the measures of each of these, QRT, QPS, and PSR. So I've redrawn the kite over here to the left in my book so that you and I can rework the problem together. And what I want you to remember first of all is that a kite has, sorry, my phone is dropping, has two pair of congruent consecutive sides. So here's one pair that's congruent and consecutive. Here's the other pair that's congruent and consecutive. And then the other thing that we know about a kite is that the diagonals are perpendicular. So we're going to have 4 90-degree angles right around this intersection. All right, and then the problem tells us that the measure of angle TRS, no, that's not what I meant to say, PQR is 78 degrees. So I labeled this in this strange way because there was no easy way to label 78 degrees across two angles. So 78 degrees for the whole of angle Q. And then the problem also tells us that angle TRS, which is right here, is 59 degrees. Okay, so I'm not going to look at the specific questions right here that the problem asks us yet, 2A, B, and C. I just want to focus on filling in what we can fill in this kite. So, like we did in class, using the triangle sum theorem, which says all the angles of a triangle add up to 180, we can solve for the angle right here, angle TSR, because we know that angle T is a 90-degree angle, and we know that this part of angle R is 59. So, I'm doing my math really quickly. That means that this angle should be 31 degrees. And all I did to get that is I said 180, sorry, I was writing, now I'm erasing. I said 180 minus the 90 degrees in the center minus the 59 degrees there is going to give us 31 degrees here. Now, the next thing that I did is noticing that since this whole angle was 78 degrees, I could figure out angle QPR and angle QRP. And the reason I could do that is because this part of the kite, triangle QPR, is isosceles. And therefore, because it's isosceles, we know that the two angles opposite the congruent sides are congruent. So if I say 180, using the triangle sum theorem, all the angles added together, minus the 78, I am going to get 102 degrees. That means that 102 degrees needs to be divided evenly between those two angles, and that makes each angle 51 degrees. All right, so now that I've done that, I'm going to be able to figure out what the individual angles are here that add up to equal 78. I can use the triangle sum theorem in this small triangle by saying 180 for all the angles minus 90 minus 51, and that would give us this small angle, and that is going to be 29 degrees. And the same is going to be true for this one because of the same measures in that angle. Okay, and then the last thing that we know about the kite is that there's exactly one pair of opposite congruent angles. So angle R must be completely congruent to angle P. So if these are each 51 and this one's 59, then this also has to be 59 so that they add up to equal the same thing. All right, and then using our triangle sum theorem on this small triangle, we could say 180 minus 59, minus 90 minus 59 equals 31. So we should have answered all the problems. The first one says, right here, find the measure of QRT. So let's go back to our image. Angle QRT is 51 degrees. The next one says the measure of angle QPS. QPS is 51 plus 59, which is 110 degrees. And PSR, angle PSR, is 31 degrees plus 31 degrees, which is 62 degrees. And now we have finished the lesson. I told y'all that you could do that on your own, but I just wanted to make sure that you had all the tools to be successful and have good understanding. So I hope that helped, and I will look forward to seeing you on Tuesday.